There you go.
Jimmy Kimmel
Segue.
Live returned to the late-night lineup last night, nearly 1 week after ABC pulled the show off the air amid controversy over Kimmel's comments about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. In an emotional opening monologue, Kimmel addressed the remarks that led to his suspension while fiercely defending free speech, criticizing the Trump administration over what he called anti-American attacks on the First Amendment, and thanking those who supported him.
Maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway. People who I never would have imagined, like Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, Candace Owens, Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, even my old pal Ted Cruz, who, believe it or not, said something very beautiful on my behalf.
I hate what Jimmy Kimmel said. I am thrilled that he was fired.
Oh, wait, no, not that. The other part.
But let me tell you, if the government gets in the business of saying, we don't like what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like, that will end up bad for conservatives.
I don't think I've ever said this before, but Ted Cruz is right. He's absolutely right. This affects all of us, including him. I mean, think about it. If Ted Cruz can't speak freely, then he can't cast spells on the Smurfs. Even though I don't agree with many of those people on most subjects, some of the things they say even make me want to throw up. It takes courage for them to speak out against this administration, and they did, and they deserve credit for it. And thanks. For telling your followers that our government cannot be allowed to control what we do and do not say on television, and that we have to stand up to it. I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this. Yeah. I've had the opportunity to meet and spend time with comedians and talk show hosts from countries like Russia, countries in the Middle East, who tell me they would get thrown in prison for making fun of those in power, and worse than being thrown in prison. They know how lucky we are here. Our freedom to speak is what they admire most about this country. And that's something I'm embarrassed to say I took for granted until they pulled my friend Stephen off the air and tried to coerce the affiliates who run our show in the cities that you live in to take my show off the air. That's not legal. That's not American. That is un-American. The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. He was somehow able to squeeze Colbert out of CBS Then he turned his sights on me, and now he's openly rooting for NBC to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers and the hundreds of Americans who work for their shows who don't make millions of dollars. And I hope that if that happens, or if there's even any hint of that happening, you will be 10 times as loud as you were this week. We have to speak out against this stuff. Because there was a moment over the weekend, a very beautiful moment. I don't know if you saw this. On Sunday, Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him. That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus, as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply, and I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be that, and not this.
Wow. That was beautiful, and in parts, biting in parts. It was a really strong message. That guy used to be the host of the Man Show, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
trampolines and pitchers of beer.
Yeah,
a long time
exactly.
ago.
That was a long time ago. But there were a couple things I loved about what he said. One was, this is not an important show. He said, it's not about this show. What's important is that shows like these can be on the air, right? And that's, 10 years, 20 years from now, somebody else will be in that position, just like we had Carson and we had Letterman. But it's having those sort of shows that can mock politicians and people in power all the time without the fear of being taken off the air. That was beautiful. I love what he said about Erica Kirk there. And I also really loved him talking about Republicans that he disagreed with on almost every issue.
Yeah.
And it was framed perfectly. And what this last week has shown is that, and I hope some other Republicans can start thinking this way, this is not Republican against Democrat in so many of these cases. It's not left wing against right wing. It's none of those things. This is big government versus the people. This is a centralized state versus individual rights. And there have been times, and we've talked about it over the past decade, where the left has seemed to not care as much about that. There have been times that the right has not seemed to care as much about that. But in this case, the left and the right came together. A lot of them did to say, wait a second, we can object to the speech, but government, stay away from what we watch. It's none of your business. And especially if it's political speech, which is the most sacred, protected speech in the First Amendment.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to digest there, and what Jimmy Kimmel said last night, which was said very well. I agree with you. First of all, I think he was good to highlight Erica Kirk's message at the service the other day, which was of grace and mercy and forgiveness. I hope some others will adopt that, because it was in stark contrast to the message a lot of other people on that stage delivered, unfortunately. Another point to make, Jimmy Kimmel, whether you like him politically or you think he's funny or not, is objectively a good guy. And that comes from everybody who's worked with him, everybody who knows him, from his staff, the people around him. He, as he said last night, was not and never would mock the murder of Charlie Kirk or anyone. Were his comments in poor taste? Were they poorly timed? That's up to the audience to decide. Perhaps they were, as he even conceded last night. But I think his message, and the larger message that many of us will take from this, is these things we take for granted, that comedians can mock people in power. In fact, why they exist is to mock people in power from those positions in late night TV or stand-up stages. We assumed would always be there until it was challenged over these last several months with Stephen Colbert, and has to be fought for. And I think Jimmy was right to commend the support of the people who love him, but also the people like Ted Cruz who don't love him. And that was and I know it was a minority and it was a small group of Republicans, but Ted Cruz's voice was very important in this story.
When you're the most powerful person in the United States Senate on this issue, on the Commerce Department, Commerce Committee, yeah, that's an important voice. That's not a backbencher just trying to grab a headline. It actually matters. And you look at all of it, and you look at the fact that what he does is what Johnny Carson did, what David Letterman did, what Stephen Colbert's done, what Jack Parr did, what all of these late night comedians have done, what Saturday Night Live has done. They have ridiculed unmercifully presidents in the past. I mean, Bill Clinton. I mean, my God. I mean, George W. Bush. David Letterman had a gag on George W. Bush every single night.
Yeah.
It was, but again, the right for people to laugh at that, it seems to me extraordinarily important.
Yeah.